Okay, so next up, they're gonna carefully remove the tape, the vellum tracing paper from their reference picture, and they need to do it carefully so they don't tear their tracing paper or anything else. This is a very OCD project. This is how we do the transfer. So they've got their pencil drawing on their template 1, and template 1 is the tint color, and that's gonna carve first. So what they need to do is they need to line up the bounding box on their vellum perfectly with the linoleum block. So they want to make sure the outer lines meet with the outer edges of the block. Once that's in place, they're going to use the back of their nail, and they're just going to press that graphite into the linoleum block. And then what they should do, they really don't want this paper to move, so they do want to check it though. So they want to check, make sure, oh yay, look, there's that nose. But they don't want it to shift. You can ask them, what do you think is gonna happen if your tracing paper shifts while you're doing this? They're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna have like double or triple lines. Yeah, and that doesn't work, guys. So hold it in place with one hand, use the back of their thumbnail, pay attention, make sure you get it all, because you can put it back, but it's not guaranteed it's going to go in the exact same spot. So really, before you lift up your tracing paper completely, make sure that you have gone over all of your tint lines. Ta-da! And then all they're going to do is carve those tint lines. They're not going to carve anything else. Okay, so the tint lines are, they're small, but I don't want, because this is the white layer and because the, safety first, hang on. Okay, this is a bench hook. This is our safety. I actually haven't used these, but I thought I should probably show you so that you can be safe with your students. It just, while they're carving, this part right here keeps their linoleum block in place, and then it attaches right here. So it kind of keeps them from, if they do offshoot it, it hits that edge right there. Okay, I actually never use these. The students haven't used them yet, but you can introduce it. So I have them using kind of like the big V gouge because, just kidding. Because if and when their alignment isn't great, the white gets lost if their lines for the white area, for those really bright highlights, if the lines of that fur are too shallow or too thin, they lose it completely. And it all has to do with their alignment, or if they put too much ink on and the ink goes into those teeny tiny little grooves, then they kind of lose that initial highlight layer. So some will say, I really don't want my lines to be that thick. And you can say, okay, I'm just letting you know that even though this gouging tip is kind of a honker, you can still, you don't have to go super deep with it. And you want your light just to be like a little bit bigger. It's just sort of what we have learned so far. Okay, so I'm just carving in the direction of the lines. I might not be on them perfectly, but I am following where they are going. So as they curve around the eye, I too am going to curve around the eye. All right, I'm gonna pause this and keep going. getting them kind of the Christian worldview topic that kind of gets them talking about, comparing this carving away and just this whole process. As I asked them, how does carving away their block kind of reflect the Christian relationship with God or walk with the Lord? And I at first was going to make it an exit ticket, but then I wanted to kind of let them discuss it with their friends. And so a lot of them compared it to kind of taking off the old and putting on the new. Kind of when they give their life to Christ, they become a new creation. And then some said it's kind of a picture of our lives and how we are constantly having to subtract in order to really experience the Lord. And that can be scary because we don't know what taking, kind of putting a friend relationship on hold that might not be glorifying the Lord or might not be the best influence for us. That can be, see, I'm already moving this bench hook thing. I'm not going to use the bench hook. Sorry, bench hook. Ugh. I like being able to just move the block. Yeah, they have pretty good observations. And then the following class, when they come in, just to kind of keep them in the mindset, or just to kind of hear from someone who didn't share, I have them do an entry ticket before they start getting all set up to keep going. I just say, if you didn't share, or if you did share, and tell me more about how carving away our block reflects kind of our redemption in Christ, or our relationship, and kind of gets us back into that place of worship and acknowledging that just seeing this project from a Christian worldview. So that's, even though they want to come in and they just want to get busy creating, I try to take some time to just get them thinking about relationship, and also just get them thinking about kind of the unknown of this project. It can be very daunting, and if they like to have control, or if they've always been good at art, and then here they're doing something so challenging, and where they used to always know what the result was going to be like, that was very much in their control. Like, how are they feeling now, knowing that this might not turn out? And here's a reputation for always being one of the best artists in the class. And, that can be a lot, especially if they've always gotten praise. And so we really kind of talk about, why do we create? And is it just for the recognition that we get? Or is it worship? Is it time with our Creator where we get to problem solve and kind of appreciate the beauty around us and kind of get to replicate that? So anyway, a lot of good discussions, and sometimes they'll say, is this all for a grade? And I go, well, I would love for you to participate in these discussions, but your animal portrait definitely is. Okay, so we have carved away, I'm just gonna get a little bit down here. We've carved away all the areas that are going to end up being white. So anywhere that I carved away on this, when I put the ink down and I put it on a piece of white paper, the ink will obviously pick up anything that's raised. And then any of these areas that I've carved away, it's gonna show the white of the paper coming through.